Hello? Hey, Dad, I'm not speaking too loud, right? Have I been speaking like I have for the rest of the day?
I don't think so. No.
So I'm speaking different?
Yeah, you're speaking like you were yesterday.
No, I said, am I speaking like I have been for the rest of the day?
Yes.
You said no.
I misunderstood how you were asking the question.
So you heard it backwards.
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm reviewing Hellboy from 2004. I'm talking to the phone now, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, it blows. It blows higher than the Spawn movie from 1997. It is bad. Now, let's start with the big elephant movie. Hellboy's not even the main focus of the movie. At all. He's not the main character in his own movie called Hellboy. I know. What a shocker. You think was the movie was supposed to having Hellboy and his friends that are the main characters of the comics be the main focus and the main force that drives the film, but no, it's just some sort of whiny white guy that's an asshole that tries to steal Hellboy's girlfriend and uses to his advantage, saying he can by toying with Hellboy's emotions and or to hook up with his girlfriend, saying that he can bring her back to the bureau, and but his real angle is to basically hook up with his girlfriend and get laid with her, and make that his pussy, basically, and take Hellboy's girl from him, from his life, his low life. And at first, it seems like things are going well for him, at least so he thinks. Then he finds out that she's not even interested in him. After Hellboy confronts Liz, that's his girlfriend, about that he wants him to be happy and doesn't want like be with understand if he doesn't want to be with if she doesn't want to be with him, Hellboy, because he assumes because of the way he looks, like the fact that he looks like Satan. Now here's another good thing of that movie about like a. Now you have to know what Hellboy is, that he's part demon and part human, to read the comics, because it doesn't tell you that at all in that movie, of this one from 2004. But it does incorporate fairly well in 2019's Hellboy movie. This is pure movie where Hellboy is the main focus and the main drive and the main force what moves the plot forward. But in here, he's more like playing last fiddle of the group. Yeah, so he's the chump of the movie. And it's really sad because Ron Perlman is perfectly casted in the Hellboy role, and when it is like he is on camera, he actually is like, you can tell he's having a fun time in the role while giving his all and giving a damn good performance. But the movie, he's want to catch it back to the regular guy that's supposed to also filling his father's shoes when the father is gone, to mold Hellboy into a man, and by molding him in a man, he's trying to steal his girlfriends from Hellboy. Gee, don't you love the main character who like stealing who's supposed to basically form Hellboy into a man and have his immature phase of life and make him less reckless? He's not doing anything involving that. Instead, he's just trying to take Hellboy's life from him. Sounds like a real prick. Yes, that's because he is. Oh, and the father is barely is in the screen. Hellboy's adopted father. I hope you. And the sad thing is the father. Everyone's well cast in the film. That's like a main character in the comic. But again, they get pushed aside for the real main character, which is some whitehead shithead we don't give a two fucks about. That's sleazy and a whiny asshole. See, Liz, that's also the main character, besides the father and Hellboy, and also the guy that's fish that has a difficult name to pronounce for me. And he has a really difficult name, this very difficult, unusual name to pronounce. They all get pushed to the side. Why? Well, because majority of the movie, Liz is going to be in a sane mental institution so she can conquer her fear of being afraid of her own powers. But then something goes wrong. She burns down the mental institution because this guy that's, a priest for Satan, that's the leader of this cult, awakens her power and awakens one of her memories, but gives her nightmares and loses control of her powers and burns down the entire insane asylum. That's where the white guy that's trying to steal Elba's girlfriend sees this window of opportunity, decides to seize and take that pussy as his own. While lying to Hellboy's face and being a cold-hearted backstabber behind Hellboy, while Hellboy's also stalking on Liz and the guy, the asshole. And sees as soon as they're on date, because that's coincidentally, that's clearly how my main character, the white guy, sees it as. And I'm just going to call him the white guy because that's what he is: white trash. And sadly, no, he doesn't get his comeuppance. He doesn't die of a horrible death. But he's not in the sequel. He's not in there for no exploration in Hellboy 2: The Golden Army. And yeah, in the director's cut, there's even less of Hellboy and less of all the main characters that are supposed to be the main characters in this movie. But more of the white douche shithead in the director's cut of the movie versus the theatrical cut of the movie. Not that much difference, but you trust me when I say you feel every minute of those difference in the director's cut. So, while that's happening, Hellboy's spying on Liz and the white shithead, and the bureau is all banded. This assassin comes back from the dead to take the father's life that is Hellboy's father. And he willingly accepts his fate because he's dying of some sort of illness anyway that we don't know what it's called. Because it's never told us, we just know he's really sick and dying of an illness. And he doesn't want Hellboy to know, even though Hellboy's friend figures it out when he feels his heartbeat, and also could tell by how bad his health is by touching him. It was one of his powers. So he tells the fish guy that he doesn't want Hellboy to know, and he respects the father's wishes, and not tell Hellboy. So Hellboy makes it back to the bureau in a tremendous amount of grief and haven't ate anything or slept anything in days, and nobody's ever seen him like that or he's never even said anything in days too. Now, how do we know this? Because Liz told us. We didn't got to see that happen. We just got to tell us that happened. It's like number one film movie: tell, do not show. Wait, that's backwards. It's the opposite of what the saying. That's the opposite of what the saying is. Kill me. Oh, I hate this movie. So anyway, things go south. Uh, something about I forget like wait. But anyway, they decide to go on the scavenger hunt and follow. And Hellboy uses voodoo on a corpse to bring him back to life. So for directions. And the white guy tags along with it, the main guy. That was main guy up until the third point of the third act of this movie. That's like, I don't know, 15 minutes left. So now they want to make Hellboy the main focus. Well, too fucking late, movie. You fucked that up, didn't you, damn Toronto? You want to make Hellboy the main focus now? Well, fuck you, I'm not giving a hoot's ass. Too late. You blew it. The damage is done. Now from here on out, when Hellboy goes to like picks up use voodoo on the grave, on the corpse, and picks up the corpse asks for directions. Once he gets to this location, every scene is D&D because everything is focused on Hellboy being the main focus from there on out. So you can just skip and fast forward to the end of the movie because the movie doesn't focus on Hellboy giving up a character arc or having him be the main fucking focus and his own movie called Hellboy. We're very talented and, well, perfectly fitted actor that plays the role of Hellboy, played by Ron Perlman, is not even used until the third fucking act. Thanks for taking a shit in the apple pie. Damn, Dan Del Dorado. Your name is fucking hard to say. You fucked Blade up twice with Blade 1 and 2. Now you fuck Hellboy up even harder by not even giving him mainstream time until the last fucking minutes of the movie. This is, you can tell that Dan Del Dorado does not give a shit about Hellboy. He only gives about shit about Hellboy because of his fucking ego. Why? Because much like Burton, much like James Cameron, much like Dan Del Dorado, I can't say his name right, and he is not actually talented. He's just only talented as long as people praise his ass. No matter how many fucking times he shits the bed. He's not grown as fucking man. He's basically a one-trick pony that gets lucky every now, like Burton. Or like James Cameron. Although James Cameron's luck has like pretty much run out at this point. He's now running on fumes with his luck. Like Burton is. This guy that made Hellboy movies, it's not as, his luck is still there. It's not as bad. It's not as bad as those two assholes. So, yeah, so, Scene so Stouse is a scavenger hunt, and they all run in a bunch of booby traps and almost died, and some of them already end up died or wounded. Mortally wounded. And can't go on. End up dying anyway. Hellboy and the white guy and Liz are one of the few guys that stay alive, including with this bald guy that hates Hellboy for some reason, but we don't really know. In this continuity of this, no explanation. And then they share this guy, and then they're cool with each other. I mean, the bald guy that hates Hellboy last guy, now they're bros, I guess, with each other. But then that gets thrown out once Hellboy 2 The Golden Army comes in. So anyway, Hellboy gets captured with, and so does Liz, and so does the white trash, the main character. Hellboy says his real demon name, and he turns into a possessed version of himself, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why. Why does he wait? He says his real name, and he grows his like full lengths of his horns, and now he's evil. Why? That's not how it works in the comics. I mean, he just has the shortens the horns to blend in the comics, and that was also the explanation early on in the movie. When he first introduced onto the screen as an adult, and we seen what his horns fully look. We saw what he didn't have he didn't have his horns sanded down when he first came out of from the pits of hell from hell. When we first met him as a baby or on the flashbacks in the movie. So why the fuck does he need to be evil to have the long horns now? Just because he said his actual name instead of the name that his biological stepfather gave to him? I'm sorry, I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense. There's not enough evidence to back up for that to make sense. And maybe I would be let that loose, but I'm sorry, but Hellboy's not even the main focus in the rest of the movie. Early on in the movie, in earlier scenes of the movie, up until this point, which is his last 15 minutes. He's the main focus, and main character, I guess. And so anyway, the white trash throws the cross of the father's necklace. And he remembers how much he cares about his father, and snaps out of it and rips his long horns off that would make him evil, apparently. Because, fuck, why not? Anyway, he saves the day and saves Liv's life. And the preacher that awoken one of Liz's memory early on in the film when she was in a mental institution or sleep now turns into some sort of demon squid. For some reason. I don't know. Because he's having a freak out because the ritual that Hellboy had to open the gates of hell wasn't fulfilled. The prophecy it's vaguely explained, I'm sorry, I don't know why he has to have the long horns in order to be evil. Wait, why do the long horns make him evil if as a kid, as a baby, also later, why? Why did that make him evil when he was younger and early on in the beginning of the movie when he was a kid? But as an adult, the long horn makes him evil? I'm not getting this. What are you trying to say, movie? So yeah, Hellboy rips the horns off, saves Liz, takes down and blows the squid guy that turned into the squid. Because the prophecy wasn't fulfilled, halfway to hell, to blows it up and throws a bunch of grenades into the mouth of the beast and, fires a gun at the explosive. And then Liz seems to be gone, but he whispers into Liz's ear and basically friends the people on the other side to give Liz back or he'll kick their asses for all eternity. Why? How we know that's what he said? Because that's what he said. He said to the people on the other side. And that brings Liz back to life, I guess. And they make out and the white asshole is the white asshole that was supposed to mold Hellboy into a man, but didn't do really anything. And it's pretty pointless, other than this to annoy the shit out of us. He's monologuing and ruined the fucking movie. Over the fucking ending of the final scene. Making this whole speech in his head of what makes a man, blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck about this rat's ass. Of what anything that this piece of shit has to say or think. Everything that this character thinks and says is wrong! So yeah. Fuck Hellboy. This is 0 out of 10 by.